What are the top 3 plots you regularly monitor to give a good sense of what is working within your user acquisition?
Well, honestly, I think that's a million-dollar question, right? I think if I could answer that, then UA would be super easy. Unfortunately, in my experience, every product that I've been working with, those, let's say, three indicators, those three charts, graphs, or whatever it is that you need to be following day in, day out, they always differ, right? Because it's just individual to each and every product, right? And I've seen products that are fairly quick and fast on the monetization part. So you can actually have a look at, I don't know, ROI day 1 and day 3, and you can have a look at the correlation in between, and based off of these multipliers, you can actually work your way to like day 30 and day 180 and day 360 ROI in terms of the predicted ROI, obviously, and you just know, or you have the, I don't know, high probability and high likelihood of either hitting or not hitting your ROI goal. Now, I've also worked with products that are super late to monetization, right? And sometimes even day 7 and like day 14 ROI columns would just be empty. So that is a very tough spot for a UA manager, because you're optimizing your campaigns day in, day out, and if these metrics just like empty, then most of the time you're just going to stop the campaigns, and then you look back and those campaigns are super profitable, right? And then you report to some sort of VP or like C-level, and they just ask you, hey, why is this cohort looking so good? Why haven't you scaled it up? Why haven't we spent more? But like, everyone is a genius in hindsight, right? So it's all about, like, in that moment, how do you take action, and what shots do you call? And so for me, it's always been a question of figuring out what are the immediate steps, like the correlations in between the relations that lead to your end goal, and that end goal is obviously the ROI, right? It's hitting the ROI goal, it's hitting the break even within a specific time frame, and for that to work out, you have to find your metric that is relevant and is changing, has enough of signals within, I don't know, the first 3 days after running a campaign, because without that, you're just blind and you don't know, where you're spending and whether or not it makes sense. So I'm even talking about things like I said before, install to tutorial completion rate, right? So like the correlation between tutorial complete to purchase is likely very, very small, and you can't really like read anything off of that, but that's your best indicator that you're gonna have in the first 2-3 days after you're starting campaign, right? So you have to figure out a relation between that and ROI, and keep your fingers crossed that it's going to work out.